Hey everyone, and welcome to the Hopcast.
Thanks for coming back. I don't know why you didn't. Well, yeah, I do know why you did it, because this is fun.
Right. So I'm Brad Chmielewski.
My name is Ken Hunnemeder.
In this episode, we're going to my favorite brewery.
Yes, this is...
Hair of the Dog! Shut up!
This is Brad's episode. Not that I don't love it as well, but Brad is just head over heels with Hair of the Dog. So, big kisses.
Right, they've got, I think they're moving facilities. They're going to a tasting room, and they got big plans. He's got big plans over there, so. But in this episode, we're going to do the Matt. This big bottle of Matt that was sent over by Ted and Maura. Shut up! And then we're going to do, there's two here, but we're going to do the Rose. And we wanted to mention we had the Rose Cassis. Cassis. If I could say any beer name, I'd be better off.
But he can't.
And that was a black currant. And this is a Belgium triple style.
Uh-huh.
And the Matt's American.
It's an American strong ale. The Rose Cassis we've done on a previous episode with Sean.
Shout out.
Beer Genome. So that was a delicious beer.
Right.
Look it up. Check it out.
Poured out almost black red and really interesting.
Super murky and weird looking, but really awesome.
But two labels that are easy to confuse. So.
Yeah, I don't think they have too many options with their labels, as you can see, because this here Matt, which is Gigungus, if you want to compare it to my giant head.
Or this 12-ounce bottle.
This one says 12 fluid ounces right here.
And so does this beer.
And so does this one.
I don't think that's 12 fluid ounces.
I don't know if they could sell this in stores. I think they just sold this straight from the brewery, right?
Right, so this is super limited, and Maura and Tech got this for me. I don't know how much they paid, but it's awesome. Whatever.
You said it was 1 of 20, correct?
Yeah, about 1 of 20. And Matt's a hard beer to get. It was made for Bottleworks in Seattle. So that seeing it in Portland in a ginormous bottle like this is rare.
So, yeah, very generous of them, and let's hop to it.
All right, let's crack it on open.
Pun intended.
That poured out as dark as a Russian Imperial Stout.
Pretty effing dark. Yeah, maybe a tick behind a Russian Imperial Stout, but it's pretty damn dark.
Not a lot of head, but the head that's there is like grainy.
It is a little bit grainy. It's high in alcohol, so you're probably not going to expect too much in the way of head. And it just seems kind of like it's an American strong ale, and it seems kind of like it poured out like an old ale. There's really
right. And Hair of the Dog's known for the old ales.
Okay.
So they do, I think the Fred's an old ale, and so that's just their thing. It's the styles that people aren't doing a lot of. So.
Well,
like everyone can do an IPA, but an American strong ale
takes
shit. But the aroma.
Super alcoholic.
What's it? It was 10.5?
It's 11.5.
11.5.
And it also has some tartness, like some fruity tartness.
Right, not maybe raspberry, but...
I'm thinking more cherry.
Apple?
I can see a
apple
little apple in there.
All right. And knowing Hair of the Dog, it might have been aged in barrels for...
It smells...
It does smell barrel aged.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when I took
bourbon-y.
my first smell of this stuff, it like almost knocked me over.
So, should we... Enough smelling? Time
Yeah,
to drink?
I think we're done with that. Cheers.
Wow,
Holy shit.
That's not a beer.
That is tasty. That is damn good.
It's really good. It's it's freaking complex.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sweetness. There's smokiness. There's also
a
some
wood.
Band-Aid.
Yeah.
There's wood. But, wow, I mean...
Burnt. There's like this burntness to it.
There is. I think that is part of it is that like that burntness, and then it turns into Band-Aid.
Yeah. Well, this beer, this shit doesn't mess around.
No.
Yeah, there's just like kind of a light smokiness to it, but it's certainly there. Like it's in the flavor for sure, but I think it plays well with the rest of the flavors you've got going on.
Mm-hmm. It's not smoke for like smoke beer.
No.
It just happens to have, and which. So, have you had a lot of American Strong Ales?
Yeah.
So what's a common one?
Common around here, I would say, is the Dragon's Milk from 3 Holland.
Oh, that's
Or,
American Strong.
three-
New
3
Holland.
Holland. This is episode.
The case of the French.
I think I might just quit for that.
I guess I always forget that's a American Strong Ale because I always think it's a milk stout or some sort of stout.
No, I think that's classified as, just a barrel-aged American Strong. The Beer Advocate style parameters just kind of like put them in very broad categories.
Right.
So the actual brewery might have a different category in mind when they're making it. I don't know.
But this is, I don't know, I feel like this is unlike any beer I've had.
I would agree with you there.
I don't think I could ever again drink a beer where it's like, that was like the Matt.
I'm glad you decided to wait for people to come over to help you drink that.
So was me.
One night I'm watching Top Chef and I'm gonna open the Matt.
I really don't even know how to analyze this because it's just so bizarre, but it's delicious.
Right,
Amazing.
so it's been in the fridge, not in the cellar, so it's extra cold. So I think as it's gonna warm up some more, we might get some more flavors and
Certainly a beer that could be drunk a little bit warmer than others.
yeah. And if you got these kind of glasses, it's easy
Perfect.
to cup it.
Don't forget to cup the bulls.
I think we're gonna have to. It's gonna take us a little while to finish this off before we move on to the roast.
Yeah, I think so.
So let's keep on drinking, and
We'll be back with some more hair of the dog.
So the hair of the dog, Matt, that took us some time to drink. I enjoyed every sip of that beer.
It was really, really fantastic. We also enjoyed talking to some of our fans on the live stream.
Yeah,
So,
if you see us do the live stream, get on board. The episodes don't come out right away, but you can talk to us while we're drinking and then be like, oh, I was talking to them while it happened. Look at that.
ask us any questions, give us recommendations, tell us what to drink on the new episodes. It's a great way to get in touch with us. So cheers to all you guys out there on the Ustream.
Thanks for watching, yeah. And thanks for watching out there, too.
Absolutely. Whichever way. Doesn't matter.
No matter how you watch us, it's going to
Just
be
watch
good.
us. All right. Without further ado, we've got another Hair of the Dog. This is the Hair of the Dog episode. This is the Hair of the Dog Rose.
Right, so it's a Belgium triple style.
Exactly.
It's coming in at 7.5%. So pretty, I guess it's...
And it's
Oh,
heady.
look at that, it's going... get in the glass. Yeah, good
Get in
God.
there. Oh, look at the yeast is pour. Oh my God, we got a gusher, baby.
We got a bleeder.
We got a bleeder.
Holy shit.
Wow. It looked really clear in the bottle. I wasn't expecting... Dude, good Lord. Mama, I didn't know.
Wow.
Well, you got your pour there.
So, Ken got his pour. I'm gonna let him open it up and pour mine out, and then we'll get to tasting. So after your head settled down and poured into your glass, I guess this poured out not as clear as I thought from the bottle.
Yeah,
They're all-
looking at the bottle, it was like you were looking at a bottle of Miller Lite. It was jet clear, and this
And that when you
if that makes sense.
when you opened it up, everything
It's
kind of came up, right?
Yeah, the whole thing kind of exploded on us, and so I think it's mixed the yeast back into the beer. So we've got a lot of yeast back into the beer, and now it's extremely murky.
Right. It looks, I guess, like classic Hair of the Dog, bottle aged.
Yeah.
Like it just has that sediment and yeast. Everything's happening in the bottle, and
The aroma is very much champagne-like.
yeah.
but also it has that banana-y Belgium and the clove.
Yeah.
And
You just like, you feel the carbonation coming off the glass with the aroma.
so let's try without.
Cheers.
I drank it. All right. Wow. I need a second sip.
Very different than I
Very.
thought it would have been. Like, this is insane.
I thought it was gonna feel lighter in the mouth.
I thought it was going to be extremely effervescent, and it's really not.
Once again,
That's
another
because you let it all out into your glass.
another Hair of the Dog
Maybe it's
beer.
just, is it just my pour, or?
No, it's a beer that's not. You don't know what to expect or say.
I certainly get the banana, and I get some off tones, some like funky things, like kind of there's like a foot. It tastes like foot a little bit,
But in a good way.
in a good way.
Yeah.
The Matt had the
It's a good
Band-Aid.
foot.
The Matt had the Band-Aid. This is the foot.
Yeah.
But it has a chamomile tea thing to it too.
A bit of tartness and sourness. But yeah, it's really quite delicious.
It's really interesting for a 7.5%.
There's a lot of a lot of like depth and complexity for something, that's like kind of a moderate alcohol, like 7.5 or something like that.
Right. You would usually
It's
like the
not the
alcohol makes for more complex beer. So I love when you can have a low alcohol beer and it's as complex as the
Yeah.
10 or 11%.
So it just speaks to the, I would say, the brewer and the yeast is that what's bringing that complexity to the party.
All right. Does it say anything else on the bottles, like if this was aged or what yeast he used or?
Northwest Finest whole hop flowers, aromatic honey malts along with cane sugar, unique floral character. That's pretty much
Right.
all
It
that
is.
on
It is
there.
sweet, but not overly sweet.
Yeah. If you're giving it an overall, character, it's a bit sweet.
It's top fermented is the other
It is an ale.
main
Yeah.
thing it says in there. So
I don't think Hair of the Dog does lagers, so they're in a garage, so they don't really have the cold capabilities.
They're in Portland.
Yeah,
it's you get
but there's a lot of carbonation here.
it's very light.
I just continue to
So
feel my mouth.
you do
tingle.
get a lot of carbonation.
Yeah. Do you want?
Yeah.
Ken's is flat.
Yeah.
Yours is much different
Oh,
than
all
mine.
right. Let me try yours. Yours is settled down. or-
Because mine was part of
All
the
of
gusher, and you had a kind of more of a regular pour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yours feels more like juicy, like a apple juice or.
And I think that's where I'm getting my foot is
Okay.
is from all that yeast that's in my
Or
glass. 'Cause
that one like bubbles, like it's like tingling like champagne.
these are almost like two different beers.
Let me get a shot.
Yeah. We can't drink it all. We gotta remember to save it for everyone else. This was a real 12 ounce.
So
Yeah, totally.
Both excellent and really different beers from Hair of the Dog.
really quite nice.
So we had
But
the American
very,
Strong
very
Ale
good
Matte
beers.
and the Triple Belgium, which were awesome. So. I don't know. Anything else to add? But does our love fest with Hair of the Dog continue?
It does for
It
you,
does.
I know.
It
It
does.
will always continue in your
I
heart.
can't wait to try the Flanders Red, the Michael,
I would love to, because
And
that's a style that I love.
and the 2002 Doggy Claws.
Doggy Claws is one of our favorites.
Doggy, 2008 Doggy Claws.
So cheers to the hair of the dog for running that small operation, and keep doing what you do, because
We love it.
it's fantastic.
It is very good.
Thanks for joining us on the Hopcast.